Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's McKenna. Today is September 16th and I'm actually already vlogging today, but I acquired something that I want to open on camera. So that's what we're gonna do today. Let me find a spot to set you up. Okay, I just got some tissue boxes for you to sit on, but at least you can't see the couch anymore. Ignore my socks. Oh my gosh. This is a mess. Sky wants to be in the video. Say hi. She's watching. The neighbor across the street is watering her plants with a hose, and so she's just staring her down. Anyways, I was at my dad's house earlier, and in his garage on the top shelf have always been my brother and I's little time capsule bin things that they started when we were born. So for me that was 1999, and I have opened it before when I was like 13, and I added some things to it during that time, but I haven't opened it since, and I'm 24. And so today we are going to be opening my time capsule. My dad actually already opened it so I can get it open because it was kind of rusted shut, but it's time to look inside and see what's in here, and I am nervous and excited. I don't have the greatest setup right now to film this on, and I don't feel like getting my tripod because I'm just excited and I want to get into it. Oh geez, I thought he opened it already. All right, I might need some help because ow, that's not budging at all. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna open this first. Got it. All right, let me show you what I see. I kind of remember putting some things in here from school and stuff. Let's go ahead and we're gonna start with the things that I put in here when I was a kid because that's less intimidating, and I feel like I know what a lot of the stuff was. Quick interruption from future me in the storage room of my basement, because upon opening this, I remembered that whenever I opened it originally when I was a kid, my cat's trying to climb my leg, I did remove this, which is the baby book that my parents filled out when I was itty bitty, and it has newspaper articles and a bunch of questions and stuff that they answered. This one might be my brother's. Let's see. No, this one is mine. So I took this out when I was that age, and I kept it out because I wanted to be able to see it whenever I wanted. So this was not in there, but it was originally. So this is the main thing that my parents filled out. So there was only one other thing that I didn't put in this time capsule that you will see me find at the end. Yeah, all the stuff that is in this time capsule is stuff that I put in it when I was in 4th grade or something like that. A lot of these, okay, it already looks like I can tell. They're little journal entries from journals that I used to have. So my little organized OCD 14-year-old self put them into back because I had a lot of different journals. I don't know what this one is. I'm sure this note tells me the significance of this feather, so we will open that up in a second. This one looks like my journal entry from when our German Shepherd got run over, so we're starting very depressing. But yeah, I remember this little notepad that I had. Yeah, it's basically just me telling that story. And at the end, I said, it makes me sad thinking about it, so that's all I will write. But she was okay. I honestly think I might have done this when I was younger. I don't have a year or a date yet, so if I find a year on something, I will let you know. Let's see what the significance of this feather is, because I don't remember this at all. This is a feather I found when me and Dad were picking pecans. It's very special to me, and it brings back memories. I have since lost those memories, but I still have the feather. I actually do vaguely remember picking pecans with my dad. We would go to this one farm, and the guy would let us just fill up, take as many pecans as we wanted. So I vaguely remember that. But oh, I just pinched the feather. That's cool. Did not know this was in here. I'm shaking right now just because it's weird. It's really weird. It's a dare bag of stuff. Oh my goodness. What year is this? 2008, 2009. So I made this when I was 8 or 9. It's just, oh my. This is a journal, again, with diary entries and little arts and crafts that I made, a little dog that I stitched. That was my first sewing, apparently. I spelled sewing very wrong. Oh wow, this was a bracelet and ring that has a red ruby that I apparently just taped in here. I don't remember if those were from my mom or my grandma. I would have to ask my mom who got me that. I got them at my 7th Christmas, but I don't remember who gave them to me, so I will have to ask. Uh-oh, it looks like I ripped out some names of friends that were on this page. Drama. Oh, these are notes from some of my old friends. Dear McKenna, hey, it's Jess. You're awesome. McKenna, you're my best friend, even though we fight sometimes. From Maddie Bisenberger. Colden said, my sister is the best. I love you. P.S. I love you so much. Love. I also had notes in here from teachers. So this Miss Dieters and Mrs. Woods. Mrs. Woods was my teacher then. And it looks like I had ideas for other scrapbook pages that I never finished. This was another note from Colden. Gosh, this is wild. I'm gonna have to go through and read like some of these diary entries. Let's see. Dear diary, I'm now 9. I'm in 4th grade. I already have a boyfriend. His name is Kyle. I spelled his name wrong. I still know Kyle. I saw him today actually. He is really cute and funny. He likes me too. Girl, I would hope so if you're dating. Kyle asked me out and I have liked him longer than any other boy. My dad said I'm too young to date, I think is what that sentence is supposed to say. Wow. And then at my first dance, this is a diary entry about him asking me to dance at my first dance. So this was all from when I was like 8 or 9, so that's cool. Sky's gonna try to steal stuff. She knocked you guys down. All right, you're propped back up. Let's see what else is in here. This one's not labeled. My other diary entry bag was labeled. What's up? Okay, there is a label. Chicago is all it says. I did go on a trip to Chicago when my mom was a surrogate, so I guess that's diary entry from November 15th, 2008. Today I'm going to Chicago on an airplane. It's my first time flying. I'm really scared. We're going to Chicago because my mom is a surrogate. I have to go. I will write more on the plane. And then I have a heading here that says on the plane in all caps with underline. I'm now on the plane. We just took off. I was scared, but it wasn't too bad. We're now in the sky. I think it's weird because all I see out my window is funky shapes. Big, small, smooth, rough. It's cool. And then I have another heading that says landing. Landing wasn't as bad as it looked. It was still scary. It was cool though. Seeing all the funky shapes turn into houses and trees and things like that, it was a great ride. I'll try to write more soon. And apparently I never did because this is all I have from Chicago trip. But that was my first flight, so that's kind of cool because I love traveling and flying now. Okay, this is something that I knew was in here and I remember vividly because I found this bell in our driveway from like an old Christmas decoration or whatever, but I didn't recognize it from anything that we had had. And I was convinced, I don't know, I was probably like 6 or 7. Let's see if there's a year on this. No, of course not. So no year. I was probably like 6, 7, 8. And I was convinced that this bell was from Santa's sleigh. And then my mom went along with it and was like, yeah, of course. He's like flying over to check on you, right? And so from Santa, from Christmas that year, I like wrote a note and I tried to like give it back to him. And I was like, here, this must have fallen off your sleigh. Like, I'm returning it to you. And she wrote this note from Santa. And it says, Dear McKenna and Colden, I hope you enjoy your gifts. Did you hear my bells last night? McKenna, that bell was from my sleigh when I flew over to check on you. Since you were so honest, you may keep it. See you next year, Santa. And then he said, P.S. Colden, can you still hear the bell? Because in the Polar Express, once you stop believing, you can't hear the bell anymore. And so Mom was calling Colden out, being like, hey, believe in Santa, basically. I do remember this one. I didn't remember that I put it in here, but as soon as I saw the bell, I remembered all that right away. Okay, I guess we'll break into the dare bag. There's still more things that I put in there. I think this is actually just like my legit dare stuff. Yeah, it is. Like the sticker, my graduation in 2010, my certificate for a drug abuse thing, my little teddy bear. Yeah, that's literally all this is. I guess I thought that was very important when I was younger, so I put that in here. I didn't remember this before seeing it, but I already kind of remember this. In school, when I was like 10 or 11, we wrote Barack Obama after, excuse you, she tried to take my bag. After, it was like for school or something, obviously after he was elected, and he responded back, and obviously it wasn't him, it was like the secretary, but I didn't know that when I was 11, okay? But yeah, basically like, thanks for your kind note, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a little signed picture of Mr. Barack Obama and a coloring sheet and a map of the White House. I'm sure a very detailed map. I have no idea what pictures are in it, but I know it's a photo album that I made at my friend Ellie's birthday party. I don't remember like what birthday party or how old we were or anything, but I remember making it because it like just keeps folding out for like ever. And I remember going to the birthday, but like, yeah, it just has all sorts of pictures, which I have like the majority of my pictures. Let me open it all the way and see if there's no, it's just a bunch of pictures. My cats at the time, a lot of Colden and I. Yeah, we were some cute little kids. But yeah, like I remembered this one. I just didn't remember that it was in here. This was a little booklet from Camp Amasonk, which is the summer camp Colden and I used to go to when we were kids in the summer. This is a page from a magazine, and I wrote on it, my favorite TV show, 2011 to ? Pretty Little Liars. We were all obsessed with Pretty Little Liars. This is, I've always been quite the writer. I mean, I'm a published author, and that started very, very early. As you can see, even from my diary entries from when I was like 8 or 9, I was very, like, everything I wrote had to be like me telling a story and very descriptive and all that kind of stuff. Sky took my Dare bear and chewing it up, but it's fine. So this was a story that I wrote in 5th or 6th grade. So it was in 2010, so I was 10, so it was 5th grade. It's called The Abandoned Mansion. I don't remember this at all. Should I read it? Oh, it was for school. I got an A. I got 100% on this story. Should we read it? Let's read it. Be nice. I don't know what we're about to get into, but remember the fact that I was 10. One day, there were 2 children on a train heading home from visiting relatives. All of a sudden, punctuation, child. Fog covered the windows. The children could not see out of the window. Then the train stopped. The fog cleared and they saw a huge abandoned mansion with a purple roof and big white deck on the 2nd floor. Then the engineer, I guess I meant the conductor, walked in and said it would be about an hour until they moved on. They were waiting for fuel. So the 2 children snuck out of the train. They headed for the mansion. When they got there, when they got to the front door, they tried to open it, but it was locked. So they walked around the mansion looking for a way in. Little rebels. When they got to the back of the mansion, they found a cellar door. They tried to open it, but it was very heavy and made loud creaking noises. It opened and they went in. Now the 2 children were in a small cramped room, and the stench was terrible. The small cramped room had a small door, and they squeezed through it, and the children were inside the mansion. It was very dark, yet they could still see the outline of a long table, probably able to fit 50 people. They followed the wall, trying to find a light switch. One of the children found one, and the light switched on. I thought this was an abandoned mansion. Who's paying the electric bill? I didn't know that's how it worked back then. It indeed was a dining room table that was maybe 20 feet long. The kids were amazed. Then the children heard footsteps in the other room. They walked to the next room, which was a family room. It had a dish of candy on the coffee table, and one of the children took one and ate it. It was candy, and the other child took one and happily ate it too. Then the children heard creaking on the stairs, and they found the stairs and walked up them. As soon as the children got up the stairs, this is all one sentence. A door slammed. Neither of the children saw the door slam, so none of them saw the door slam, so they went door to door trying to find out who slammed the door. This was all one sentence. They got to the last door in the hallway and opened it. Nothing. No sign of a person or anything. They went out on the porch and thought they saw a glimpse of the same guy jump off the other end of the deck. They watched him open the front door that was locked when they tried to open it now. The man was in the basement. What is happening? The children eased their way back down the stairs and slowly went down to find them back into the family room. They heard more creaking and they ran back to the steps and looked up them. Now no one was upstairs. They knew there must be a basement. They found the basement stairs and went down them, and there was a lot of boxes down there, and it smelled bad. They heard a box fall and someone trip and ran to the sound. They recognized the boy. His name was Stephen. The kids both yelled his name. What are you doing here? I saw you guys sneak off the train and into this mansion. I decided to try to spook you. Stephen replied. So just then the kids heard the train whistle blow. Darn, we missed the train, said the 2 children together. Now how will we get home? Don't worry, Stephen said. I know the way home. So they all went home and never told their parents. The end. Wasn't that such a beautiful story, guys? Should be published, right? All right. I think the last thing, okay, there's a few more things that I put in here, including some of my little marathon, like 5K things. That's not mine. And my little Girl Scouts thing. Here's a picture of me wearing this, but this is all my little petals that I had to earn for different things, and my badge. That's sweet. I didn't know this was in here, so that was cool. This I think is the last thing that I put in here, and this was from 2010, 2011, and it's sketchbook. So let's see what we made. Here's a Bob who's jumping. Here's this little dog picture. Some horses I was trying to draw. More dogs. I don't know if you guys could see that, but Gammy. Oh, I must have made this for Gammy. That's depressing as heck. A SpongeBob that I drew. Just a whole bunch of random things. Let's see. I was obsessed with making these birds. I would draw these birds on everything. A random music note, a pig. These pigs were also something that I drew on everything. I still will. If I'm doodling, I'll still make a pig like that. Okay, here's me, Avery, and Ashley's hand. So we had traced and colored this together. It says BFFs for life. I am going to Avery's wedding next month, so I guess that was true. This looks like the original kit for it, and I don't think they ever actually did this. Like, these were supposed to be letters from people, but my parents were not, like, they didn't do stuff like that. I have a baby book downstairs, so this wasn't like my baby book or anything, but what is in here is this letter from Nana Betty, which is still sealed, and it looks like a handwritten letter, and she passed away a few years ago, and I am terrified to open it. I don't know why. Not terrified, I'm just like nervous, I'm anxious. Okay, before I open the letter from Nana, because I'm just really anxious, there is a few other random things in here, like this little flower of Colden. Never mind, that is me. I can't tell if that's me or Colden. My mom would know. A random seashell, probably from Charleston, and whatever's in here. Oh, nothing. Or is there? I don't think there's anything in this ring box. I wonder if this ring box was what my ruby ring was in that I put in that scrapbook. Okay, the only thing left to go through is this. Hold on. I'm literally so anxious, and it's not even like, I'm not scared to open it. It says it's from Nana Betty. It has my name, and then it says personal with an underline, all in her handwriting, and you can see that it's a handwritten letter in there, and it's sealed with this little gold sticker. It's not like I'm nervous about what she's gonna say, but like, she's passed away, and this is like the last message from her that I haven't heard or read or seen. I honestly didn't even know it existed, and now all of a sudden I do. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna open it, but I'm really scared. Also, her handwriting was always like a super heavy cursive, and I'm kind of nervous that it's gonna be hard to read. You can tell she did the whole thing in this blue ink, though. I'm gonna take a picture of it first, and then I'm going to open it. Okay, guys, so I have not opened the letter yet. I have decided to wait just a little bit. I'm not quite ready to open it and see what she has to say yet. Yeah, I'm just not ready yet. I don't want to open it yet. So this is gonna be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed looking through this little blast of the past with this time capsule, and we will have to open this a different day. But I'm just not in the right headspace. I just need a minute.